All right, there's a lot to talk about in the gaming world. PlayStation DMR, the PlayStation made a response about that. GTA price didn't really give us an actual price. The CEO just kind of like just gave a vague answer. Xbox sales are down. I want to talk about that. Also, the two games I'm most excited for this month, we got 007 First Light, and then, of course, the Batman game, Legacy of the Dark Knight. And then we have Injustice 3, possibly in the works. My thoughts on that. And then at the end of it, we're going to talk about a couple games that are either coming out this year or already out. I saw a couple trailers, and I'm going to give these games a little bit of a shout out. So first off, the PlayStation DMR, PlayStation didn't give a response, and this is what they say. A one-time check-in is required to confirm game license, after which no further check-in is required. It is believed that this check-in is particularly done to prevent anyone from getting a refund for a game and then taking their system offline and continue using it without a valid license. Now, from what I've heard and read, is a lot of people, what they're doing is they're asking for a refund for that particular game, ripping the license off, and then putting it on their their jailbroken PS5 or PC, and then getting a refund. And at the same time, they're continuing to have that game. And PlayStation is just trying to crack down on that. And I don't blame them, in particular, because I mean you're gonna have those bad apples. I mean I've known people for doing this since PlayStation 3. But then again, I never understood it. I really didn't, because back then I bought all my physical copies. I'm more of a digital person now. But yeah, I think this is a good thing on PlayStation. They're just trying to crack down on basically pirating their games. But then again, I don't get the whole gist of it still. The next one's going to be the GTA price. Now, he didn't really come out and say this is going to be the price. He just kind of gave a vague answer of what I think we're going to get it as far as price. He goes on to say, consumers pay for the value that you bring them. And our job is to change the way less of the value delivery. How you feel about something you buy is intersection of the thing itself and what you pay for. Consumers need to feel that thing is itself is amazing, and the price they were charged was far for what they got. So my interpretation in that is a lot of different things. So could he pay $80 and we be satisfied with it? Yes. Could he charge $100 and we'd be satisfied? Definitely. There's a lot of people I've talked with at my job, and I have personally asked them, like, if they drop GTA 6 and they were like $100, just the basic thing, they say, yeah, I would pay that. Just for me, I think $80 for the value that you eventually get for the game, I think is worth it. But $100 for the basic edition, I think would be pushing it. But I think $70-$80 is going to be the price point for the regular edition. I think for like their collector's ultimate edition, whatever they choose to label that, like the collector's edition, is going to be, I would say, $130 to $150. Because if it's anything like the previous GTA's, like, I don't know which GTA I got. I got one GTA. It came with a safety deposit box and a whole bunch of stuff inside of it. I think that was GTA 5 or 4. I don't know. If it's like in that realm, I think a lot of people are going to buy it, regardless of like it being like 120 or 150. But I pass it off to you. What is your price point for the GTA 6? Do you think $70-$80 is perfect, or do you think it's going to be more? Let me know. And now Xbox sales are down, which ultimately we all knew, in all honesty. But Xbox, this is what Sharma says. Sharma and Xbox chief have a plan, which is including a reevaluation of exclusive games, Focus on affordability and involving third-party relationships. Now, I've heard like a lot of these things of games being just exclusive, like the Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and everything. I think they need to go back to being exclusive, just for maybe like 6 months or a year, just for that brief time period. Then they can sell it off to whatever, you know what I mean? Because if I had to wait a whole year to play the latest Halo or the latest Gears on my PS5, I'm grabbing a Xbox. I can't wait that long for a game that everyone's already talking about. It's already, I'm seeing tons of gameplay on the YouTube or Twitch or whatever it may be, and by the time I get it, I don't even want to play it. But that's just me. That's just me personally. And as far as affordability, I think she's already kind of nailing that on its head. To be honest, with the Game Pass dropping down to like basically $30, all the way down to $22.99, and then the rumor of it being you can choose what's in your Game Pass, which is ultimately a good thing in my honest opinion. I think we should all be able to choose what's in our Game Pass because each player is a little bit different. I'm just kind of curious of what's going to be our choices. Because they do have a lot of licenses. They have Blizzard, they have Call of Duty, they have a lot of good established studios still under their umbrella. And then as far as third-party partnerships, I think that's a good thing because there is a lot of indie studios that are knocking it out of the park. I mean, look at Replace. Replace is an indie studio, and they're killing it. I've heard nothing but good things on it. I've heard it from coworkers online. That game is phenomenal. And then you got 3D Meat Boy came out. That looks phenomenal. I can't play it because I would probably break my controller. Just because it looks very intense as the levels go on. Working with third-party studios, indie studios, kind of like that, I think is in the right ballpark of getting back on track and having Xbox be more of a success, in my honest opinion. But I'll pass it off to you guys. What do you think about this Xbox sales being down and their goals to be more profitable, I should say? And now we are going to talk about exclusives on the Xbox and PlayStation. I kind of left it out. I guess exclusives are the top reasons people play on consoles, and it's becoming less important, which is true. I mean, look at PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't really have a lot of good exclusives that you're going to drop close to $1,000. Well, it would be $1,000 if you go to the PS5 Pro. And their consoles are just outrageous. I mean, what do they have to offer as far as exclusives? They have God of War, Horizon. I'm drawing a blank on the other ones, but and then they got Wolverine coming out this year. But yeah, that is pretty much it. And then you got Xbox. Xbox is basically sold off all their exclusives. They did have Halo. They got rid of that. They sold it to the license to PlayStation. They did the same thing with Gears. Forza is all over the place. It used to be just an exclusive thing on Xbox, and now it's on PS5. Fable, if they can keep Fable exclusive, I really do think that Xbox will have a win on that one because there's a lot of people that still love Fable. I, in particular, is not a Fable fan, but that's just my gaming preference. But it goes on to say that according to the Q1 survey, this company, when asked, why do you play games on consoles, 41% of the survey gamers respond, these are games I want to play that are exclusives to a console. Again, it's a thing. I don't care how the percentage is, or 41, 45, 50. These consoles really don't have a huge exclusive games. They really don't. Unlike Nintendo's kind of like killing it with Pokemon. that's always been exclusive. They've had Donkey Kong, Mario, and then they got the new Star Fox supposedly coming out later this year. Star Fox 2, I think it is. So yeah, Nintendo is the only one that really has the exclusives if you want to pick up there, and it's still somewhat cheap as far as a console, and it's portable and it's dockable, and yeah. But I pass it off to you guys. What do you guys think on exclusive games being on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox? Now, Injustice 3. My thoughts are going to be huge on this one. Because I am a fan of Injustice. I am not good at fighting games. I am very, very horrible, but I am still a fan of Injustice. This is coming from GameSpot. MP First reports a WB Games artist listed Injustice 3 on their resume. I mean, come on. I really don't think Injustice 3 is going to be happening. I think if they wanted to do a game that is revolution and kind of new and want to bring back to the audience of DC characters, I think they should do DC KO like the comic. And from what I've seen from DC KO, it's set up just like a fighting game. I still need to pick up that issue, but from what I've seen, it looks like a fighting game. They have all these characters you can choose. Basically, it gives you the roster of like all the characters that's in these comics and kind of plays it off like a fighting game. Because in Injustice 3, I mean, does anybody really want to kind of like play it, buy it? I mean, it's been over like 7 or 9 years since Injustice 2. So it's been a very, very long time, but I really do think DC KO would be a more better idea for instead of Injustice 3, just because from what I've seen from people reading the comic and screenshots and everything, I really do think that it's a better alternative. It will give us more characters to play with in the DC realm and be able to play and beat up Darkseid. I mean, that'd be pretty dope. But pass it off to you guys. What do you think about the whole Injustice? Do you think it's being made or in production, or is this just a guy throwing stuff on his resume? And now we're going to talk about the two games I'm most excited for this month. We got 007 First Light. Now, they did... a lot of YouTubers went ahead and got a first gameplay on it and kind of give their thoughts on it. It looks amazing. It looks like an Uncharted meets Hitman. Mostly Uncharted, to be honest, than anything. I thoroughly enjoyed the gameplay that I've seen so far. I'm very, very tempted to buy, I think it's the deluxe version where you get the mask. I would get the super deluxe or superior collector. That's like $300, but that comes with a gun replica and then bullets and everything, and then of course the game and all the DLC and stuff like that. But I'm leaning more towards like the gold-plated mask and head. But then again, that's like I think $150. But if not, I just pick up the game. The game looks amazing. I can't wait to play this game. I am super excited because I haven't played a good James Bond game since. I can't remember. I would say 007 GoldenEye was probably the OG. That's the last James Bond game I think I played. It's been a long time. Now we're going to talk about Batman, the Legacy of the Dark Knight, and what I'm choosing for, and I'm kind of going to let you guys in the price of it too. This game is everything I want in a Lego Batman. And then some. I can build my own Bat Cave. I can make it my own. You can make it your own. It's really, really amazing. And then the fact that we get absolute Batman in it, and we get the fighting mechanics from Batman Arkham, and we get absolute Catwoman in it. I mean, and we get different kinds of Batmobiles and different capes, or I should say different Batman uniforms. And it's just insane. This game is going to take up at least half my summer and fall because I am going to try to go platinum with this. This is the first game I'm going to try to go platinum. But this is what you get in like their collector's edition. And this is like $90, I believe. Yeah, 90. The full game, Legacy Collection, Arkham's Trilogy Pack, Batman Beyond Pack, Party Music Pack, and the Mayhem Collection. This is all in the actual deluxe one. You play as the Joker and Harley Quinn, all new story mission, Mayhem Mode, Sinister Pack, pre-order incentives, 3 days early access, in the Dark Knight Returns Batsuit. That is a lot for $90. You're getting a lot. And I suggest if you're a Batman fan and if you have a little bit of money, get this. It's gonna be well worth your time. You're gonna spend months and months and months, if not weeks. Myself, with my busy schedule, this is gonna at least take 2 months to beat, probably, if not more, because I have so much going on. Reading comics, making content, and just work in general. Work sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna get that. You guys let me know if you guys are gonna pick up the Legacy of the Dark Knight, the deluxe edition, $90 one. Now we're gonna talk about the trailers I saw. So Marvel went ahead and did a Marvel Token trailer. It looks phenomenal. They released it just a day ago, I believe, or 2 days ago, and they had the Hulk and Black Panther. Now they're not. I believe they're using Shuri as the Black Panther, but Hulk looks amazing. And if I'm not mistaken, they're using Planet Hulk as far as his outfit. If I'm not mistaken, it looks amazing. I know I'm gonna suck at this game, but the more and more they show gameplay and show more characters, I'm more pumped than anything. I'll probably buy this day one. I really want to get one of those fighting sticks, those PlayStation ones, just to at least help me before not breaking my controller or end up breaking a joystick off my controller because I'm trying to button mash or whatever. But this game looks phenomenal. It looks amazing. Now there is rumors that it might be Carnage in there, and I swear if they put Carnage in the Marvel Token, which is one of my favorite, Spider-Man villains, I might cry. I'm a huge Carnage fan. I have a huge action figure or a statue of Carnage in my corner. Plus I got the Lego statue of his head. I really hope that's true because I want that. Another game I saw a trailer for was Killborg Descent. Now this is a game I'm not familiar with, but this is an expansion pack that continues the story of Killborg and and it brings new locations, weapons, enemies, and lore to the roguelike beat 'em up. This reminds me of the old PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 beat 'em up games that really were $30-$40 or whatever, and it took you not that long to beat, but it was very, very fun. It was very, very enjoyable for the time you got to play with these games. And it's out right now. It's out for PC, Steam, or I should say PC, Steam, Epic Game Store, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One. So if you want to grab it up, it's out now. It looks like it's fun. It's like I said, it plays on my heartstrings because it looks old school, and I love those kind of games. The other game, now this game came on my radar. It was on my Instagram or Reels or whatever, and I did not know anything about this game until I had to look it up. And this is End of Abyss. This looks like Little Nightmares meets Silent Hill slightly. The creatures in it looks just amazing and just out of Silent Hill, to be honest, and Little Nightmares, to be honest. I can't wait for this game. This is coming out later this year. It is going to be exclusive on the PS5. There is no price that I know of yet, But it looks phenomenal. It looks like Little Nightmares, blends in with Silent Hill, and I cannot wait for this game. Now, the last trailer I saw was the latest trailer for Star Wars Galactic Racer. Every time they show more gameplay footage of this game, I want to play it so fucking bad. It looks so good, and I'm so glad it's in good hands. It's in the hands of the people that did Need for Speed and Burnout. Those are two people that, as a kid, I grew up playing those games, and those people made those games so good. They're making this Galactic Speed Racer amazing. It reminds me of the Nintendo 64 Star Wars Speed Racer. That game was phenomenal. But if you boosted up the graphics to this day and age, this is the game that you would be playing. It is getting released October 6th on the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. I cannot wait for this game. The more and more of these show, like I said, I just get pumped for it. And I will be buying it day one. On 100%. That is it for the gaming news that I have for you today. Let me know any news or articles or anything stood out to you the most. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what kind of games you want to talk about in the comments, whatever it may be. I'll see you next one, guys. Peace.